We are live. Yes, we're live on YouTube and back by popular demand. It's a man with the best name in the world, Alex from FODDER TV. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for having me back on your channel. Wonderful content.
Appreciate that, and it's a real honour to have you back. And your channel is just obviously going from strength to strength. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. So before we start, I'll just do a quick introduction, if that's all right. I had to put that on, you know, your thanks. Had to get that in there. Very, very, a really good introduction. Guys, if you need any work, introductions, outros, this gentleman is your man. So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, it's how can I, well, there's a few things I want to talk about. Is obviously the main man who's obviously directly behind you. Well, not the main man, the one to your is our lovely, I wouldn't say lovely friend, but a man with the power, Stan Kroenke. It's all about him, isn't it? It's every day. I don't know, because there's been protests. It's one of the things I did want to talk to you about is these protests, because I myself went to one last Thursday, but I know you've sort of, is it three you've been to, or even more? Is there, how many has there?
One unofficial, because I went, it was a week before last, and I was on my own. There was nobody else there.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3 official and 1 unofficial protest that I had the pleasure of going to, Alex. Disappointing. Really disappointing. But I know you're going to go on about it. Go on, Alex. Go on.
Yeah. So you went on Sunday, and I was nearly going to go, but decided to spend time with my family instead, which seemed to be the better option. But going by your reaction on your channel, it was a massive disappointment. Was that correct?
Alex, I was not surprised to see that numbers had dwindled, because we met last week Thursday, didn't we? It was Thursday just gone.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Alex, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we met in person.
Yeah, there you go. So that's off my bucket list now.
Yeah, same.
But no, Alex, in all seriousness, I was not surprised to see that numbers had just kind of tailed off. I think the fan base are they're tired, they're fatigued, just had enough of this guy here. But I always say that, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want the Kroenkes out of our club?
Yeah.
How bad do you? What are you willing to do? Whatever you're willing to do has to be reasonable. So again, reasonable. You can talk on your podcast. If you have a podcast, you can go to the Emirates. You're able to do so. Refuse to buy, purchase any merchandise. Worse still, refuse to renew your season ticket. So you have to do your bit for the fight. But yesterday,
that was
the numbers.
That kind of summed our season, what didn't it? Yeah. How many was there? Would you say maximum? How many? How many people?
I said 80. I said 80. So I think really that's 80 in total. The guys who are on top of the armory, the guys who are on the stairs, maybe walking around the Emirates, and some people scattered around. On 80 in total. 80, wow. Alex. And like I said, when I went live yesterday, protest. It was a Sunday stroll yesterday, Alex. A Sunday stroll. And so again, I'm going to talk to everyone who's watching now. Yeah. How bad do you want the Kroenkes out of the club? Because if you don't add to the fuel, and you're expecting fire, there will be no heat, because you're not adding any fuel. You've got to do something. I said we cannot pick and choose, Alex. Right, maybe it's this Thursday, maybe it's a Sunday. Be more definitive in what you are willing to do. What are you willing to do?
Me personally, protests, not buy merchandise, as much as painful as it's so, well, I haven't missed going to games, to be honest, because what has there been to watch? So that's kind of been an easy decision this season,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
been taken out of our hands that you and everyone else, we can't go and watch games. So I don't know what seasons. I don't know. Are you a season ticket holder? Sorry, or you, no?
I'm not. I'm quite blessed because I've got the original Godfather who sometimes gives me maybe a free ticket. He might lend me his ticket to go and watch Arsenal. But if it were not for him, I probably wouldn't go and watch Arsenal. I wouldn't go, Alex.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it that?
Sorry.
It's just it's so expensive. It's I'm not even bothered about. I don't know about you. I just so it's quite an easy decision for me to not watch. So if that means not going to the stadium, then yeah, like I don't know what other people, but me, I would do my bit. So if that means you not going, I guess you wouldn't go. Is that correct? Yeah, it's a
Well,
sort of
yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember one of the last games I went to the Highbury Stadium. Brought my nephew, maybe back in 2005/6, and I spent a lot of money back then. And yeah, the price of the tickets, a season ticket. I've never held a season ticket in my life, Alex.
right.
Never. So
You,
I've not had that feeling, what it feels like to have a season ticket. But again, I'm saying to everyone there, if you can find it within yourself to say, you know what, I'm not going to renew my season ticket, then do it. But we have to do something reasonable.
yep,
And when I turned up yesterday, Alex,
yep,
the number of the police presence and
yep.
the fluorescent crew, I call them, they outnumbered everyone, maybe 3-1. There were so many police who rocked up yesterday thinking, right, we're expecting there to be trouble. We're
Because
expecting there to be
going,
maybe some criminal damage, but
yeah,
it didn't happen. It didn't
because
happen.
going by the way they were going on Twitter and all these big accounts, I thought it was going to be massive, but they just didn't show up, and I don't know, just
But
I don't know, it's so disappointing.
Alex, why do you think they didn't turn up in the numbers yesterday? Why do you think it is?
After Thursday, some people are like, "What's the point?" You no, I don't know. Like, is it a trendy? Was it trendy just to go to the first big protest? Was that just I don't know. Was it just a trend to just go there once? You know what? I've done my bit. That's enough, and I don't need to go again. Maybe that was on their mind. I don't know what
Yeah.
you think.
But the biggest protest we had was it 2 weeks ago? I think.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the cars. Did you go to that?
23rd, I think. No, unfortunately not.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking, what is it? What happened to those people who went to that protest? Why didn't they go to the following Thursday? And then, yes, why didn't they go? There was a home game yesterday. There was a home game yesterday.
I know, because we've got two away games in a row coming, and there's going to be nothing
Yeah,
there, is there?
but it's like I said, how badly? I mean, all this stuff about Kroenke out. We don't sell up Daniel Ek. How badly do you really want to get this guy out from the club? It appears not so bad because the numbers, the capacity at the Emirates is
Yeah,
60,000 plus.
yeah, and
10% of that is 6,000 people. Where were they yesterday? Where were they? 1%.
not even. Yeah,
Where
what
were they?
1% is what 600? Is it 6?
600.
It's not
And only
even.
roughly 80 people, Alex, yesterday. 80, and I was thinking, I'm probably maybe being a little bit hard on everyone. I'm thinking, well, I'll give it a few more minutes because maybe as I'm about to leave, maybe you'll see people rock up. No, no.
I also spoke to someone who did decide to stay the whole time, and they said maximum was 100 people.
Well,
The whole,
yeah.
and for me, it's heartbreaking personally. And is this the club? Is this the club I love? Is this what it's come to? Is this as dark as it gets, or is it going to get worse? I don't. I think it could get worse.
Alex, I'm sorry, but next season it'll be a lot worse. I know we're going to talk about this
Yeah,
season,
yeah,
but before this season even began, I said I don't want to see any players. I don't want to see any new signings. The most important thing I want to see at Arsenal is stability. Stability above anything else. We can see the club has been in disarray. It's been in a mess for the longest time. We saw the 55 members of staff who got laid off. The pandemic. We saw the third, the fourth, the fifth kit still come out, a PR stunt, and people would still go and buy those kits. Still got by.
The club have got us. They're the PR kings. Arsenal must be the best PR merchants in the league.
Alex, no, we make them the way they are.
True.
Because we always fall for it, Alex. We always fall for it.
Do you know what? And you know why that is?
Well, go on, Alex.
Because we love we love Arsenal. They've got us here. A lot of us.
Yeah.
They have you there. No matter what we say, we'll still want to watch we will still want to watch our team. Like, no matter how painful it was yesterday, I still wanted to watch it. It was horrible to watch. Even as it was horrible. For me, watching that game, I'm like, what's the point? Because
Alex, watching Arsenal is one thing, but feeding into the monster is something completely different. And that's what we've been doing for the longest time. We know what the PR machine is like. They come up with all, the behind the scenes, accessible areas, the training, watching players laughing and joking, doing rondas. I've long since unplugged from that PR machinery there. I'm not going to be a part of that machinery there. And I have not brought merch from Arsenal. My wife has. I've told her many occasions, no, I'm not interested. I've got sunglasses. I've got this, that, and that. No, I'm not interested. Stop feeding the monster. These guys are money people. If the money wasn't rolling in, they wouldn't be here. Stop feeding the monster.
You're talking about money. He's taken a big hit with no European football. But is it big enough? That's the thing, because it's obviously a massive hit. We will all only know from time, when they release their accounts, then we'll know obviously more about how much we've actually lost from not going to be in Europe. But clearly doesn't sound like it's enough for him being even interested in selling, does it?
But the protests are a start. We have to have a start in place. And for me, I'm thinking, right, that would start the momentum. But when you see the numbers just fall off the cliff, like they did yesterday, I'm thinking Kroenke must be laughing to himself.
Must be wetting himself, laugh. Yeah.
Of course he is. Of course he is. So again, I'm going to go back. I've got to do a show later on this evening.
Okay.
Once I've done all my chores. But again, the question is, how badly do you want the Kroenkes out?
Guys, listen to Alex, please. Listen. How badly do you?
Don't listen to me. Just listen to your. What is your heart telling you?
Yeah.
What is your heart telling you? I mean, for me, I can only speak from my position and my opinion, that I'm willing to do almost anything. I'm not going to go out and do some crazy, like, criminal damage or maybe start a fight. But the best I can do is talk about it every single time I go live on my channel. I can also rock up to the Emirates because I live less than 30 minutes away from there. That's the least that I can do. What are the fan base willing to do? If you're saying again that you want Kroenke out, then show what are you willing to do?
So you going back to your point, exactly. People who don't live in the country can do something with the not buying the merch, they're not paying for the subscription, and so even if you don't live close to ground, you're saying, and I'm saying, I think you can actually do something, can't you, to get this guy out? You can do your bit, no matter how small it is. Everyone could potentially do something.
Absolutely. Can I just quickly say, just kind of carry on, from the Kroenke situation. I know Daniel Ek. I mean, I kind of got confused with the information as to whether he's actually submitted the £1.8 billion bid or not as yet. The last I heard was that he didn't want to submit it before the second leg against Villarreal because he didn't want to be like a distraction from the game. But I was told by a reliable source that he has since put in the bid for £1.8 billion. So
was that today?
Well, I heard that happened over the weekend. So I'll probably need to check my bits and pieces of information there. So what I'm trying to say is that you've got a guy who is willing to buy Arsenal.
Yeah.
You've got Thierry Henry. He actually came out on Sky Sports to say, actually, it's not a PR stunt. Daniel Ek is seriously on this. He reached out to myself. He reached out to Patrick Vieira, and Dennis Bergkamp. But I'm thinking, let's back up this guy with some momentum, a movement. And this protest situation, Alex, I'm thinking it's a non-starter for me, man. I mean, I'll be there this Thursday. Like most probably, it's gonna be like
isn't the next one the last home game of the season? Or is it?
But Alex, this is the point I was trying to make.
Yeah.
We cannot pick and choose.
No.
We cannot pick and choose. I will be there on Thursday outside the Emirates. That is the least that I can do. We cannot pick and choose, Alex.
True.
Because we're picking and choosing, this is why we're in the situation that we are.
Are we playing Wednesday or Thursday? Is it Wednesday? I don't even know. I don't even know where we play. I've just given up with the league. What's the league? I'm sorry. It just feels like the end of the season. Let's talk a bit about that, because for me personally, I feel like the season's done. There's nothing to play for. It's just, you know what the thing with Arsenal, nothing to play for, no pressure. So do you know what we did? You know what? Let's go and beat West Brom. Let's score some cracking goals. Let's play some of the best football we've played all season. Because there's no pressure.
There's no pressure.
And that's always happened for 10 years. Wenger, you know what I mean? When it was that top 4 race, when it was no pressure, it's always happened. You know, and it's just watching it. I'm thinking, where was one goal on Thursday? Where was just one of those? We just needed one goal. That's just what's really hit me. One goal.
Alex, I understand what you're saying. I think
I'm still not over it. I'm sorry. I'm still not over it.
I kind of gather that, Alex.
Yeah.
I think you've been a little bit disingenuous to Villarreal because they're a really good outfit.
They are.
Coach managed by our ex-coach Unai Emery. I'm very happy for him. But
he's
to compare Villarreal to West Bromwich Albion, I understand literally the sentiments that the pressure was off. Arsenal do that when the pressure's off.
That's what they do.
The free-flowing football, scoring wonderful goals. Emerson Rowe, the W man,
Pepe's goal. What a goal! What a goal!
It was a good goal. It was a good goal. But the pressure was off. Too little, too late, as my brother said to me the other day. It's too little, too late.
And who probably knowing us will win all the rest of the games of the season. And just to rub it in and just make us think. You know what I mean? Talking about the season, I don't know. I wanted to get your opinion of it. I might know the answer, but I might be wrong. Who your player of the season has been, and possibly why. I might be wrong, but I might be right, and I'll tell you mine. In your opinion.
I mean, they're not rich pickings, are they?
No, there isn't. It's so limited. I'm just trying to grasp on something positive. You know, just so that this podcast isn't all doom and gloom. Something that we can think, you know what, this guy, yeah.
I mean, for me, it has to be Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is my player of the season. I can talk about literally because he's what 19, 18, 19
years I believe so. Yeah, I think he's 19.
He's shown that he can play in multiple different positions. He's always, he's been one of the light bearers for Arsenal, where you would have thought the experienced players should have shown us the way to go, but no, it's been the youngsters showing us where we should be going. He's pulled out. There's so many positions there. Again, I wouldn't say he's our utility man, but he's shown he can play in multiple different positions. But yeah, for me, head and shoulders at Bukayo Saka. I was very worried about him being playing throughout the whole season. I know I covered Ian Wright's comments towards the end of last season and this year as well, when even Ian Wright said, why is it that we're heaping so much responsibility on such young shoulders? It shouldn't be the way.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's very, very embarrassing. And Mikel Arteta
he's not even 20 yet.
He's not 20 yet. He's not 20. He's not 20. Yeah. But for me, it's Bukayo Saka, Alex. What about you? It's the same.
It's the same. Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, because he's carried us so many times. I reckon, well, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, he's in double figures for assists.
Yeah.
And possibly double figures for even goals. I need to double check that. But if if Pepe, in my opinion, if he had played consistently for a whole season, Arteta had played him, he could be right up there, because I'm a big fan of Pepe. That guy, he can always do something. If you put Pepe on the pitch, nine times out of 10, you're going to get an assist or a goal. And you maybe, but it is Saka. It is Saka because number one, his age, the fact that he's done all that, which is unbelievable. Number two is just he surprises me, because he's played so many different positions: left point, right wing, right mid, right striker. He's probably the only position he hasn't played is central defence and goalkeeper. Maybe possibly right back he played as well. He's playing in midfield. You said the utility man, he is. And for me, he's one of the few positives of this season.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned about Pepe. For me, Pepe is such a frustrating player.
He is. I agree.
The last game I actually saw at the Emirates was when we played against Olympiacos in the second leg, where they beat us with the dying seconds goal after extra time. And I remember because I rocked up with the original Godfather, and he was like directly opposite me. So at halftime, I was calling. I said, "Hey, tell." And he says to me, "Have you noticed every time Pepe gets the ball, there's acres of space behind the fullback, and he won't take on the fullback. And when he was on the ball, he's like trying to cut in, cutting back again. Pepe is so frustrating, Alex.
Yeah.
He's a frustrating player. And so the point I'm trying to make is you've got Bukayo Saka showing Pepe what he should be doing.
True.
Take on the fullback.
And he can.
Of course he can.
He's got the skills. He's got the tricks. He's got. And I think remember the headbutt, if we're talking about defining moment in the season, the headbutt at Leeds, surely that has affected him and just sort of I don't know, like, I agree, he's so frustrating, but there's so much potential in there. He can do more because there is a player there. And
Alex,
there is
he worth £72 million?
No way. Maybe half.
Maybe half.
Who is worth 72 million quid? I mean, maybe Messi.
Saka. Yeah. Saka. Actually, I was asked this question actually a few times, I think maybe Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
About Saka.
Yeah.
Would he want to stay at Arsenal, or would he want to leave Arsenal? And I said, no.
That is worrying.
He's got the makings of being a legend. The number 7 at the back comes with a lot of responsibility. And so far he's been doing the right thing. I haven't seen any negative news about him.
You know what I like about him? Do you know what I like about him? He's never in the headlines for the wrong reason. On such a young age, at 19 years old, I don't want to say what I was doing at 19, but I wasn't acting like he was, just so focused and so driven, and he knows he's a good player, and he doesn't brag about it. He's not. You've got certain players in our squad who tend to open their mouths when they shouldn't. Who, notably, a gentleman who didn't play yesterday for all the wrong reasons. The other left back. Guys, you can guess who I'm talking about.
I'm saying nothing.
I will say nothing, but leave it on the comments who I'm talking about. So you're all right if we do a few comments, Alex?
Yeah, go for it.
I know your time is limited, and then we'll just maybe crack on. Ashton, welcome to the chat. People didn't go to the protest because they were distracted by their phones. It's a modern world, isn't it? It's a modern world. You know what? That's a really good. Imagine if this protest was before mobile phones. Might have been different. More banners, more. Well, can you remember a protest? What? No.
No,
it's too long ago.
Yeah. But then, Alex, like I said, with the if you compare the biggest protest we had, which was like almost 2 weeks ago, compared to yesterday, that you can't use the mobile phone as an excuse. You can't use it as an excuse. You can still rock up. I mean, you can do your podcasting or whatever, but there's no excuse not to turn up.
When I was there, I was just So yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Algerian Gooners. Big up Alex and Alex. Yes. Hey. Algerian Gooners, welcome to the chat. And good day, Alex and Alex. Gooner Matters. Ashton, sir, the game has changed. Arsenal, when I was growing up, was a unifying factor for families from London and families who came from Ireland, the Commonwealth and Cyprus. It was very much about the community. My photo's dropping down. No, don't worry. Yes, when talking about that, go on, yeah.
But it still is a unifying factor. Yeah. It still is. The problem is that we've got an owner who, and we've got a manager who, and we've got players who, and the club is in a big mess. But Arsenal are still a unifying factor. I mean, sometimes when I went to the Emirates Cup, when you got like Arsenal playing like Inter Milan and AC Milan, you see a lot of families. So it's still a unifying factor. The problem is that you've got an owner who's trying to treat or use Arsenal like a company rather than a club. But it's still a unifying factor.
And Stan Kroenke,
millions and millions of
he doesn't see us as a family. We're just a commodity. I think that's the best word.
Yeah.
Gooner Matters. Here in South Africa, there is an Arsenal supporters club based in Sandton, Johannesburg. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But in Cape Town, how would we be able to assist? I will think of some ideas how to get about it. Gooner Matters, I think that the fact that you want to do something is a good thing. And I think this is where technology, and if you do video, whatever you're doing, people see things.
Exactly. So, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
12th of the 5th, 2021. Is that regarding a protest? Possibly. Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
Baston Pitbull. Oh, that's an interesting name. Kroenke's Arsenal is the anti-supporter club. It's like the club tries to alternate the supporters anywhere they can. Sure seems that way to me. Frauds, imposters. Trying to get my head around that.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal is anti. Do you understand that?
It's like the club.
Maybe my brain.
Take the supporters away as much as they can.
Yeah.
Sure seems that way to me. Frauds, imposters. Actually, Alex, that's the other thing I wanted to say to you as well. In regards to the consortium from Daniel Eck, just going on from what Terry Henry said as well, that they've actually been in communication with AST, the Arsenal Supporters Trust, to try and get them on board as well. I'm thinking, wow, fantastic. So that's adding more oomph and more firepower. But we've got to do our bit. We've got to do our bit, people.
So even if it's a one-man band.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose.
Right.
You can't pick. If it's every Thursday, make it every Thursday. If it's every Sunday, make the protest every Sunday. And we all rock up.
Even if you want to go down yourself any day, why not?
Yeah.
As long as you're respectful, why not? There's ways of doing it, Hello to Alex and all Gooners. Monty. Hello, sir.
Moderator. Yeah, Monty.
Kroenke out. Yes, sir. The only good thing is the young lads to provide hope. Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe. Is that Odegaard?
Yes.
And Martinelli. I'm going to shake my head to Odegaard. That price tag makes me shake my head. With what, 60 million I'm hearing? Sorry.
But he's not ours anyway, so
he's not ours.
He won't be staying anyway. He won't be staying.
We are blessed to have Saka and aka Starboy. His nickname.
Yeah.
Hello, Des. How are you, sir? Saka will stay. Yes, I hope so.
I hope so.
Monty says, if we get 60,000 every week when the fans were able to come to the stadium, surely the same and can turn up every game to stand outside and protest. Do you know what, for me, it'll be really interesting? When the fans come back, how that will all work? Because was it 10,000? Will they all just walk? Will they all just walk into the stadium, or will they actually do something?
Good question. Good question.
You know what I mean? The enforcer in the house.
In the house.
Wait until Kroenke tries to move the club like he did in the US with his Yank football. Do you think that's coming?
I hope not.
I hope not. I really hope not.
But Alex, you know, we've walked into this situation with our eyes wide open. I told my brother, you know, we've got into this situation because with small and little resistance, we've got ourselves into this. We are accountable because we're supposed to be the custodians. The owners will come and go. I mean, the longest time maybe an owner will probably be at Arsenal, maybe 20 years. But the fans, supporters, we will always be there. But we've walked into a situation with our eyes wide open. Where were the protests before?
I was thinking, you know, if you were talking about getting the fans on board, do you think if there's a chance to buy a bit of a share, would you be up for it? Because I was thinking, I don't know, I certainly would if that came to it. If Daniel Ek did take over and he said, you know what, there's a certain percentage where fans can buy some share, even if it's just a tiny bit. For me, that would be something I'd be interested in. I don't
absolutely. And I wouldn't view it as a way of like making an investment. It'll be like something I can pass on to my children once I'm long gone. This is like a golden ticket. Keep hold of it. But yeah, I'll be able to buy the shares in Arsenal. Yeah. Well, why not?
Exactly. That says there is a rumor that AN is going to put his bid in this week. Do you know anything, guys? AN. Is that AN? Who's AN? Dangote? No, it's not. And what's Dangote's first name? No, is he?
Aliko.
No. Is it Dangote?
Aliko
I'm confused. Sorry, Des. I'm confused.
Yeah. Who's AN, Des?
Yeah.
Out, mate.
Drawn by Dre, who was at the protest yesterday, who stayed the whole time. Afternoon, lads, in college, watching the stream. Alex, I got footage from the protest if you want to see. Yeah, we can chat by message. I'll message you later. But yes, I would be interested. Luna Matters, I saw that the tickets for the last game is available. Maybe a peaceful protest on that day to not watch the game. I think if all the die-hard Arsenal fans just to really sincerely not buy the ticket, yes, I think that is going to be so interesting to see. Like I said, when they go there, okay, am I going to go into the stadium or am I going to stand out? Was it 10,000, I believe?
10,000.
Imagine if all of them didn't go in. That would be that. But that's because that would be something.
Yeah.
Can you see it happening? Yeah. That's another question.
But what would you do, Alex? Would you go in the stadium, or would you just like?
No. If I could get my ticket and say, look, this is my ticket, and so I'm not going in because I want to make. That would be amazing if everyone could hold up their tickets, 10,000 people. I know, whatever, not their car, the car, and say, look, I'm not going in, and that Stan Kroenke would see that. Because he would know surely that maybe the fans are allowed.
But Alex, but Alex, surely, if we're doing that, sure, we're trying to rein in the horse because the horse is already bolted. So we've bought the tickets, we've given him the money already, but yet we're saying, we're not going to go in the stadium, but we've bought the ticket already. Don't buy the ticket. Don't buy the ticket.
Yeah.
Period. I would do. Go
on. So what's he saying? I would do a group share with you guys if there was a chance. What with regarding group? What's for what? Sorry, Des.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Des? Des, sort yourself out, mate.
It was meant to be X. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to the last game, but I'll be at the big protest from start to finish. Yes. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that is. Yes.
Well done. Well done.
Arsenal shares. Yes.
Shares.
Yes.
Oh, and right. Okay. Yeah.
I am conscious of the time because I know your time is precious, and we are on nearly 35 minutes. So
I could probably go on for a few more minutes, maybe 5 more minutes.
Then you've got. I know you're a very busy man. I really appreciate your time. And guys, go and subscribe to his channel. You don't even need to leave the stream. The link is in the title. Click on it. and go and subscribe to him because his content is amazing. Okay,
Appreciate
and if you like, you can subscribe to me as well because I've got a lot in the pipeline, hopefully, and hopefully things will just get better. So, but yeah,
Alex, can I just say very, very quickly?
Yeah,
Alex, mate, you know, I've seen you rant on some of your videos, but the way you do it in a really nice way, and some of the videos you've been doing have been like less than 5 minutes. We're thinking it's like maybe 3-4 minutes, and it's got like 2,000 views. I was thinking, how did you do that, Alex? 2,000 views on less than a 5-minute video.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know how. Sometimes I don't know how YouTube works, to be honest, because I have sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I've in my opinion, made a good video, and it's just a few hundred. So I don't know. Maybe I've hit the nail on the head, and I'm still searching. To be honest, still searching.
Yeah.
Monty, did you see your T-shirt design, bro?
Guys, this is not the platform to talk about that.
I suppose I did want to chat. Yeah, in your opinion, the worst player of the season?
Oh God, Alex! Oh my goodness!
Oh, is there too many? Oh, because we've done the best player of the season, which is Saka, which is I agree with you 100%. But who is the worst player? Or is there too many to choose?
Irrespective of him finally scoring his goal yesterday, you know who I'm talking about. It's going to be the W man. Just the way that Arsenal went about it, you know, guys, you got to remember that Willian didn't want to leave Chelsea.
Yeah,
he wanted to stay at Chelsea. It's only by the mere fact that they couldn't offer him what he wanted. And if I think he felt like he was obliged to go across London, meet up with his brother David Luiz, and sign reluctantly for Arsenal. So just the way we went about it, we didn't really need him. Another Chelsea player at Arsenal. No,
the pension club. Says Ceballos is worse. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. But I was going to pick Willian as well, unbelievably. Because do you think he's done these bad performances on purpose even? Do you think he's even
yeah. He's not he's probably only had maybe 2, maximum 3 good performances. The first was against Fulham, my second favourite club, and scored yesterday. I can't remember the other good performance, but we don't need those player profiles. We don't need a player on the wrong side of 30. We don't need any more players coming from Chelsea. We don't want players who have done everything in the Premier League. He's a World Cup winner as well, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Brazil, pretty sure Brazil back in the early 2010s.
So what's his motivation, Alex? What's his motivation? Exactly. We don't need that player profile at Arsenal again. You know, Arteta said literally, Arsenal have to be ruthless. There has to be tough decisions. But for me, it's an easy decision. Willian, thanks for the memories.
And
bye-bye.
Go to the MLS. Apparently, there's a rumor there.
Yeah.
Could go to the MLS. Yeah. And whoever it is, please take him. We will not miss him.
Are you sure, Alex?
No. And he can take a few of his friends with him from, Mr. David Luiz, for example. Unamata says the worst player, the W man and the A man. Who's the A man?
The captain.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you be sad to see him go?
No.
His attitude, no. I know he's okay. I will say this: he's had some real rough times with his mother, malaria. So you could see. I did a video on it. And you could see in his face he was sick. So that he's had a rough season, but he could still have done more. And he just sometimes his attitude has just not been right. You're Arsenal captain.
He's not my
no.
Sorry.
So me, Alex and Alex agree with the W man. Worst Arsenal player of the season. No doubt he'll go and have 3 brilliant games. And there are 3 remaining games of the season.
Alex, what are the 3 remaining games? I know we've got to play Chelsea, haven't we, as well?
Crystal Palace
Crystal
away,
yeah.
and Brighton at home.
Oh yeah, last game of the season.
It's a really late kickoff on Wednesday, something like 8:30 on Wednesday night or something, for an absolutely meaningless game.
Oh my goodness.
And I fear the worst for Chelsea. If we were to just quickly talk, I look what they just did to Man City. They just.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, you fear the worst for Arsenal.
Yeah, well, that's a given. The only players that I noticed this season: Smith Rowe, Saka, Tierney, and El Neni. Yeah. The man who only scores wonder goals, beautiful goals. And do you know what I like about him? His attitude.
Yeah.
Got the right attitude. He just gets on with it. Knows he's not a fancy, and he just gets on with it. So we'll do one more comment, and guys, we are going to have to wrap this up. There is a rumor that W Man is going to MLS. Hope that's true. Yes, Des, we agree with you. So yes, I know you've got to shoot. And what have you got coming up later today on your channels?
Well, I'm doing the Monday night chats with the original Godfather and James Rowe. Again, just kind of reviewing the week's action involving Arsenal, and maybe a little bit of a rant as well. And I think my brother's got his Voice of Reason coming up tomorrow. But that's what we've got coming up today.
So guys,
5:30. Yeah.
The link is in the title. Go and subscribe to Alex, because he's got so much different things on his channel and great ideas, and he's a fantastic YouTuber.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for that.
So we'll just finish with this comment. On the point of Chelsea, ironic though, the W Man scoring against Chelsea. It's written in the stars. No, I don't care if he has a hat trick. He needs to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up.
Alex, one question to you before we go. Your thoughts on Granit Xhaka this season? How you thought about him?
Can I swear?
It's your channel.
Worst player. He was close to be. Well, what he is. Go is one word. Is please leave. What my question, going back to Hertha Berlin, we're going to buy him. Why did Mikel Arteta convince him to stay? Because he's always come out for the wrong reasons. The Burnley situation. It's always about him. What was it when he was on with Switzerland as well? He was mouthing off about Arsenal. Yeah. So he needs to go. Yeah. If I could just go, because I don't know. Xhaka most improved player? No. I'm biting. You're a lovely gentleman, but what's your opinion of Granit Xhaka? Because let me put it to you this: look at Saka's attitude, who's 19, and Granit Xhaka's attitude is probably 28, 29.
But Alex, I think Gunnar Matters has just added something else there. He said attitude. I mean,
his attitude.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it stinks. So it's my opinion. In my opinion, he winds me up. Sorry.
I agree, Alex.
If he can go, and I wouldn't miss him. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Whether you agree,
his performance has been quite admirable, because he's played at left back, where he's got
I get that.
Time to think. But it's only supposed to be like a short-term fix because Tierney was out. But I'm thinking now Tierney is going to be back in now. Where does Xhaka fit in now?
Back in I knew that would be the response. you just put a pressure point. Granit Xhaka is a pressure point. So, guys, we're going to have to wrap this up, because Alex has a lot to do, and and I might be doing a video later myself, one more, regarding Mikel Arteta and Stan Kroenke, the two main men in Arsenal for all the wrong reasons. Go, Kroenke, go. Can take Arteta with you, but I'm not going to go back. That's it. Yeah. We'll be going like this. So,
Alex,
right. Yeah.
Thanks for having me back on your channel, man. It's always a pleasure to be here chatting with you, man.
And yeah, we'll wrap it up. And guys, I will be back soon, and go and check out Alex's channel and subscribe to him. The link is in the title, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are watching in this world. Goodbye for now.